Be advised, the opinions and views of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
Good morning. You are watching the Business Portal, your gateway to business trends and opportunities. And I'm your host, Boom San Agustin, and welcome to SME Forum. Good morning, everybody. Last week, we dealt with a topic that said raising capital. I mean, how do you raise capital if you're just a fledgling, if you're an employee, 9 to 5, or if you don't have a job? How do you raise capital for your good idea? How do you actually earn money and save it to get to the business you want? Now, in this segment, we will still be talking about raising capital. But this time, we will be talking about raising capital through your skills. We believe that everybody has a skill set that they can actually market. And to help us are two people who built their companies on their skills. And I'd like to introduce first our guest. Let's do the lady first, right? She is the founder and managing director of Talent Shout. And very young managing director, and she built that all on the skill of writing. You'll find that out. Now let's a few words from you, Rona.
Actually, Talent Shout, I started with that business last 2006 pa, but the main focus of Talent Shout back then was HR, because I'm an HR professional. It was only lately that it became an online marketing company.
Oh, okay. And our next guest is also the founder and managing director of LJ MB, Learning Just Made Better Consulting, right? And his name is Louis Banta. And Louis, a few words?
Yes, LJMB Consulting actually also stands for my own initials.
Oh, all right.
It's a 6-year-old company, but you're correct. It also stands for Learning Just Made Better after my coined in 1997. We are a can-do training and HR consulting company. As long as you're clear on your needs, we can help you, definitely help you.
All right. Okay. So now, Alvin, please introduce yourself. Do I have to introduce you every time?
Well, no, not necessarily.
All right,
but
okay. And
I'm
then
here to remind everyone that if you have questions, our text number is 0922-859-0875. Send over your questions, but please indicate your name and location.
Okay, so let's get this show on the road. Okay. Now, skills. I mean, I'm a little confused sometimes when we use the term skills. Because some people will probably say, eto lang ako, ang alam ko lang magmaneho, ang alam ko lang sumayaw, ang alam ko lang manahe. Paano naman ako yayaman sa ganyang ano? Do you think that all skills are marketable in a way? Let's ask Rona first.
Yes. I actually believe that all skills are marketable. Yung example mo, like, ang kaya ko lang is manahe, paano ko yayaman? There are different ways by which you can use that skill eh. Hindi lang basta mananahi ka. Ano yung tinatahi mo? Doon nagkakatalo ngayon yun.
Okay. How about you, Louie? How do you share the same idea?
Yes, definitely. All skills are marketable. You just have to find the right market for your skill. You just have to find the people or companies or entities who would really need an output that you alone or you can produce out of your abilities.
Okay, so I mean, you guys, the reason I invited you guys here because I've seen your companies and I know basically your stories, and you sort of built it up on skill alone. You marketed the skill and then suddenly now you have a company, right? Let's start with Louie first. Louie, how did you start?
I will try to compress 18 years of history so that it provides power perspective.
You have 45 minutes. Let's forget Rona for that.
And you won't probably believe it. And it's actually an irony that I was a very shy kid when
Really?
I was
You?
in elementary and high school. Well, I was doing well in school. I'm not the sociable type. I just limit my friends to just 3, 4, and 5 people whom I can really trust. And when I introduce myself to my audiences in training this way, they would say, "Sir, you're joking. You're not an introvert. You're not shy." And it's obvious. It's really just I discovered that I also have this talent in public speaking. I joined a group when I was in high school, a Sunday school type that really enabled me to talk to different people, to fellow young people.
Yeah.
And that continued. My first job was in education. I was a psychology instructor in De La Salle University. And then I was exposed to training early on. I was 24 when I had the taste of corporate training in an insurance group of companies. Then went to consulting. Then left my consulting job in 2004, and I was really just resting when some of my clients way back asked me, "Louis, can you provide the training for us, or strategic planning, or team building?" And that made me realize that I can stand on my own, I can be independent, because I have the skill. I have the training skill and public speaking skill. And from then, in 2005, I never looked back.
Okay, guys, just to give you an idea, Louis, ako na magtataas ng bangko mo. Okay. Louis is one of the most sought-after trainers and facilitators in the country today. And well, if you want to get in contact with him, you can text the number that we just flashed. It's 0922-859-0875, and we will contact him for you if you need any of his services. Now, this other person. Well, like I said, she used to be my boss.
Wow.
Yeah, she used to be my boss. When I found out how young she was, nahiya ako sa balat ko. Okay, so, Rona, your story.
Actually, medyo hawig kami ng story ni Louie kasi when I was younger,
Okay.
ano
So now
din
you're
ako
12 years
eh.
old, that was when you were 8.
Yes, when I was in ano din ako, mahihain din ako.
Ah.
I was an introvert. I had problems with public speaking. Pag tumayo na ako sa harap, I would blank out, wala akong maisip. Hindi ako po pwede kasi when I was in high school, we had like impromptu speaking, extemporaneous. Hindi ako po pwede nun. Even if memorize na yung speech, nagaano ko, there would come a part na makakalimutan ko. So, sobrang mahihain ako. But when I was in high school, I realized that I am very good in writing.
Oh, okay.
So even my teachers in English, they would commend yung writing skills ko. So back then, I wanted to be a journalist. Kaso lang, my father, medyo takot siya maging journalist daw kasi, you know, sa Philippines, medyo nakakatakot maging journalist. So when during college, I took up psychology, and then after that, I took up HR. As an HR professional, that was the time na na-develop yung, not just the writing skills, but also the speaking skills. So, syempre, HR, you have to do training. Yun, doon ako natuto. Nagkaroon ako ng confidence na magsalita sa harap ng ibang tao. And then, since I had to write policies and procedures, I honed my skills not just in creative writing, but also in technical writing. So, marunong na ako both. Wow. And then after that, after college, after about 7 years of HR work, medyo napansin ko na, uy, teka muna. I have a skill that not many people have. I can write policies and procedures that not many people can do. Admittedly, hindi lahat naman ng HR professional, they can write a policy or procedure the right way. Sabi ko, uy, magandang idea for a business. And that's when I started with Talent Shout. But Talent Shout was not my first business venture.
Yeah, you told me several stories about posting what was that, stickers at the back of buses. So bus
Marketing
owners
part.
that if you see the stickers, you know how to get in contact with her. Okay, you know who to sue right now. Just kidding. Okay, I'm sure both of them started off like I mean from the bottom. You worked your way up, right? Alvin, you have something to ask about?
I have lots of questions to ask you, but I'm just curious. Nung nagsisimula kayo, di ba? Parang, how did you find the time? Kasi you were doing something else. How did you find the time to even start a business? Di ba? Parang, you realize your talent, but how did you say na, sige na nga, subukan ko na nga? How did you find that passion and the time?
Well, the passion.
Sa akin kasi, when I started with Talent Shout, I was kind of tired now of working for somebody else.
Okay.
So I was, nandun ako sa part na yun. So I was doing my work for the company, and when I get home, I would do my work naman for the business. I would inaayos ko yung mga papers, and then I would look for clients. So sabi ko, ayoko nang magtrabaho for another person, for another company. I'd like to be my own man na. So if I want to do this, I have to sacrifice something. Time, yung mga social life. So,
Wow, sinacrifice mo yun?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Louis, did you do the same?
Louis was resting while, diba, you mentioned that you
Yes,
were in a resting phase.
Correct,
But-
correct. And then that was in when I left my previous company in 2004. But prior to that, around 7 years, 8 years back, when I was with an insurance giant, I was working Monday to Fridays. I would spend my Saturdays and Sundays with the permission of my superior then to do training for other companies who would need my services. So some
Wow.
people would ask, can you do team building for one of my clients? Can you do, let's say, a customer service program for a school that I know? Can you do a sales program for a computer school that I'm affiliated with? And I'd say yes. When their needs are clear, I would give a proposal, and then I would find myself spending my weekends doing training. And that went on for several years, and I realized na kaya pala talagang mag-market. I can stand on my own. The only balance I need to do is I should not be using, of course, company
Yes.
proprietary materials,
Yes.
which is also good because
You created your own.
it put pressure on me to innovate.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when I cannot implement something, a training design or a training solution in my company because of budget constraints or some approvals, I'd use it for my own clients, and they'd be fascinated, they'd be satisfied. So that it really started in the late 90s. No? It stopped when I went to consulting because I was really very focused on servicing our clients in that company. In 2005, Alvin, you remembered, I was resting for 2 months. My savings were getting depleted. And then people started calling. And then these people moved to other companies. And they would bring me with them. And some of these HR managers, VP for training, some of these business owners would also have other businesses. Or their companies would be part of a bigger group of companies. I never really did proactive marketing in the last 5 years. My clients, my growing base of clients were really just out of word of mouth
Wow.
and referral. And I believe, and we all believe, word of mouth advertising is the best form of advertising.
So yung magaling talaga, di ba?
Yeah.
He really
Yeah.
did his job.
Exactly.
Because people remembered him even after several years.
Yes. And I believe as an entrepreneur, that's
Yeah.
the only, for those who depend on skills, right, to build our business, the quality of your work is really the best testament.
It would speak for itself. na talaga.
There. Oh, I mean,
Excellent.
that's aside from his other career, which is singing.
Sing, really.
I'm just kidding. Okay,
Yes, yes.
just kidding. That's just a little humor there.
And some of my participants would ask me if I can render a song number one, song number two,
Nice.
because perhaps the audience can
Yeah, I mean,
see I have a resemblance with
with a certain
Singer, songwriter,
songwriter in
another network.
Okay, so Ogie, I mean Louis. Now, when did you guys? I'll start with you again, Louis.
Yes.
Then we'll move to you. When did you guys decide you wanted to get into business? What was the process? I mean, you could do it as a freelancer on your own. Why put up a company?
I'm actually an organization man.
Oh.
I worked for my first job, I stayed there for 4 years, and then another 4 years in another job, and then 2 years, and then 3 to 4 years. No? And I really love helping out companies, my employers, to achieve their mission statements. And it's really just an accident. I was resting. I didn't really want to go to work as soon as possible because I really want to recharge myself out of that burnout experience.
Oh.
And then again, my clients started calling, and then I realized, wow, I'm earning, I own my time, No pressure because I'm the boss, or if you have a boss, your boss is the client,
Yeah.
and it's really up to your skill to influence the client. So you are getting the money, you are getting fulfilled because you're doing something that you are good at and you're really passionate in doing, and the client is happy. And when I said earlier that I didn't turn back, I never had thoughts of going back to corporate life. Then multinational corporations came into my client list. And
Wow.
first, I was servicing the small companies. Perhaps when I mention these company names, you won't even recognize them. They're located all over. Then the MNC started to request for official receipts. And, that's when I really had to go to DTI.
Become a
It's a
company.
prerequisite to register for VIR registration.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Oh, okay. How about you, Ron?
Actually, basically the same din. Yung part about DTI and mayor's permit and the OR. Kasi I would be dealing with companies eh. So, whenever I render service to them, whenever they pay me, I have to give them an official receipt. I can't do that if I'm a freelancer.
This is
So,
also you service local clients, but you also service
Yes,
clients
offshore
abroad,
clients.
right? Offshore clients. Yeah.
So,
International.
both yun, kahit sa offshore clients, if you're a freelancer, syempre medyo iba yung tingin nila pag freelancer kaysa pag company. If you're a freelancer and you're in online marketing, medyo pagdating sa presyohan, ano sila eh, mababarat ka. But if you're a company, you can force them to pay kung ano man yung talaga nakaset doon sa ano mo, sa pricing mo.
So you guys created companies because it was to your advantage to put up a company.
Yes.
And then you got people under you as well, right? I mean, there are trainers that use your company name that you outsource also.
Correct.
And you have writers like me.
Yes.
Well, not anymore. So
Oo, my absent
yeah.
writer.
My absenteeism. but you have writers under your wing that you pay. Some of
Yes.
them are even salaried, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, before that, I mean, did you see this as a goal already?
Starting a company.
Yeah. Did you when you were starting out, you were selling your skills already? Did you see this as what was your goal at that point?
Actually, even before I started with my career, talagang ano ko na eh, goal ko na magkaroon ng company. It's either I have my own company or I have my own clinic kasi I'm a psychology graduate eh.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
clinic, medyo hindi siya mabenta sa Philippines. Clinical psychology is something that's very new sa Philippines eh. Hindi masyadong napapractice talaga. Pero business, sure ako na mag-bloom siya. So, I opted for the business talaga.
And you?
Yes.
I mean,
My first job is again in the university. And I recall that I really planned to be in the university forever. But one thing is clear that I love what I'm doing. I love teaching. I love training. I love public speaking. I love sharing my knowledge to other people. So that's the consistent theme. Wherever I went, my job, in one way or another, is related to teaching, training, sharing. It wasn't a conscious decision to put up a company. Kasi sabi ko nga, company man ako. No? It was really in 2005 that I started to had that confidence. No, kaya ko pala. Hindi ko pala kailangan ng kumpanya ng iba for me to really get the money and to get that sense of fulfillment. In fact, I believe that I can be more flexible with my own company because I can make some decisions that can satisfy some clients more. For example, if they negotiate on not only pricing, but on hours, but on services that you render, scope of services. In 2006, 2007, that's where I really said, this is really the way to go. I have the skill. I should really make the most out of it and even expand it. And even mentor other people to become like me.
okay. So wait, we'll stop here for a while.
Yeah.
Later, when we come back, we will be discussing a technique called SWOT. Okay, and you'll find that out. By the way, we will be giving away a surprise gift again to a caller.
Another surprise gift.
Another surprise gift to a caller. The best caller for the day, and Alvin will be the judge today. Remember, you can call or text 0922-859-0877. 0917-888-7575. Okay? I'll see you after this break. And we're back. And Alvin, we just had a text message. Could you read it out
Yeah,
first?
we have an instant client right here. Hi, this is Venus Asibo. I hope I read that right. I would like to get in touch with Louie for a training. And
Whoa.
she gave her number, which I probably shouldn't announce out loud, right?
Yeah, we're not going to announce that out loud.
Well, Louie has a potential client right away.
Wow,
Yeah.
Louis. What?
And,
So you're gonna treat us out now huh? after this, right?
No worries, and I'll just get in touch with the
Yeah.
Venus.
Okay, Venus, Louis will get in touch
Yeah.
with you after the show. And knowing Louis, he's quicker than lightning. So
Yeah.
right after the show, expect the call. Okay, so now let's talk about the topic we left hanging. The topic we left hanging is SWOT. What is SWOT? Let's ask Louis first. Louis, what is SWOT?
SWOT. SWOT is an acronym that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And for many managers and business people out there who do the regular annual strategic planning sessions, they would know SWOT, because before you can plan your action items for the year, what products are you going to sell or even phase out, what are you going to do in terms of your finances and manpower, you have to do your SWOT, because it's the assessment phase. Before you plan out what to do, you first have to identify your strengths, your weaknesses, and these are all about you,
Yes.
about the company or about the individual. Then you identify your opportunities and threats, which are coming from your external business environment. Or if it's an individual, what are the opportunities that you see that wherein you can offer your skill, or what are also the threats that can affect your business, which is based on skill.
Okay, so Rona, how important is doing a SWOT analysis before you set up, like before going for your business or going for just going into the market? How important for you is that?
Very important. Kasi your SWOT analysis would serve as your guidepost eh. If you don't know what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, the opportunities and threats, you would be driving blindly.
Okay.
So, hindi mo alam kung ano yung i-expect mo na magiging problems mo. Hindi mo alam if a certain product would click sa market. You wouldn't know if there is a need for that product or that service. So, magkakaproblema ka talaga.
Ah, okay. Well, but there's this very infamous analysis paralysis. So, at what point do you just go for it after you do your analysis? Some people will just analyze forever and not do anything. So, at what point do you go for it?
I can't say any rule of thumb or any guide as to how long in terms of number of hours or days. But just aside from experience, I have been doing my own SWOT for the past 3 years, since 2007. And I will go out of town and spend an overnight session all alone, and then I would have I would do my SWOT, and then later on cascade it to my team, and then get their inputs as well. It's just a good 1 or 2 hours, Alvin, for me to be able to get the SWOT. That is if the owner is really in touch with what's happening in the business, and you're also in touch with the pulse of your customers, because that serves as your feedback in SWOT.
Okay, so I mean, Louis and I, we come from virtually the same industry, and so do us. so do we. I mean, I dive in both industries right now. But we were mentioning just off the air about a certain scenario wherein there are people who just come in and say, hey, I'm a writer, or hey, I'm a trainer, without any real background credential. So how does this, like you were mentioning, knowing that, and you are a qualified trainer, you're a qualified writer, but knowing that the market is flooded with fakes, okay, or colorum, kumbaga, sa bus, how does SWOT help you out in that type of analysis? No, you mentioned it a while ago. You do your SWOT well.
Yes, and
obviously these are the threats,
yes,
right?
and especially in the training industry, in the local training industry, since there is still that lack of or even absence of standards or any certification, anyone can practically go to any client company and submit a proposal and say, I'm a trainer. I can do training for you. And there are indeed a lot of us in the market, a lot of freelancers there, a lot of part-time trainers there, and also a lot of small training firms who operate this way. And as I mentioned during our break earlier, that is one factor that you have to consider when doing your SWOT and when you're planning for next year or next 2 years. And being one of the pool of so many available trainers out there, how do you look at that situation? Is that an opportunity or is that a threat? Depends on how you look at it. The number of competitors is definitely a threat.
Yes.
But it's also an opportunity because it's a chance for you to be able to stand out by focusing on your strength in the SWOT. So we're not actually going out of the SWOT, right? You see them as a threat, but at the same time, it's an opportunity to be known as a more dynamic speaker, one who's better in servicing or response time, one who is really known for quality of his work, not one who is known for really influencing the audience. So take a pick out of all of your strengths. Which one do you really exploit and maximize? So the competition becomes an opportunity.
In the writing industry, I just want to point out, I mean, I've seen this more in the writing industry, where you'll see people of different nationalities, let's not name the nationalities, okay, that pretend to be writers and then come out with really grammatically horrible work. And then some of them are even Filipinos.
Yes.
And it taints our reputation as writers when this happens, and even brings the price down sometimes when they say, "Oh, Filipino, no good, no good." Okay, so how do you handle that?
Actually, I can't mention the nationality.
Let's not mention the nationality.
Anyways, usually kasi that's also one of the things na nagkakaproblema ako. I sometimes don't have the negotiating power since the competitor will have a lower price.
Yes.
However, our strength is that the quality of the articles that we send to our clients is high quality siya talaga. Mataas siya in the sense na it can be understood by an average American. It can be understood by a highly intelligent person. Hindi siya basta-basta na meron kang makikitang grammatical errors. Our articles are not just do not just have good grammar. They have there's no misspelling, and aside from that, they're good for marketing, online marketing, or marketing your products online. So proven and tested na siya na when you type in a certain keyword, lalabas kagad articles namin. So yun yung strength namin. Weakness namin, well, yung price talaga. Because of the quality, we're not willing to sacrifice yung price.
Correct. So you get what you pay for.
Yeah. Opportunity, since we have so many competitors, it's our opportunity to shine. Like what Louie said. Kasi not everyone would have that quality of articles.
Okay. Just for the information of the audience, is that Rona actually now she's no longer my boss. I'm now her boss because I hired Talent Shout to do not only our website but our web content as well.
Yes.
Okay, because we believe that it is actually the content that drives the search engines, not really the how nice the site is. And with content, proven na po si Rona. Okay, so since in-advertise ko si Louie, ngayon ikaw naman, di ba?
Thank you.
Oh, by the way, we still have that price available if you have questions. Okay, now I'll dive into a little topic, medyo difficult ng konti, okay? Okay, you're a trainer. Obviously, when you look at Louie here, and you listen to him speak, you're already engaged with that. And then when you listen to Rona also, you're engaged. You're saying, okay, she knows how to write, he knows how to speak, but what about me? I know how to cook. I only cook at home. How can I make that talent something as big as your company's now? How can I do that? How can I get out of the shell and do that? Would one of you want to take that question? Go ahead.
Marketing side. Okay.
Marketing, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sa akin kasi, you have first to consider, ano ba yung niluluto mo?
Mhm.
So, kasi when we say cooking, there are different types of cuisines. You have American, you have Asian. So, what is your type of cooking? What is your target market? So, you have to focus on that. And then based on that, you have to come up with how you would market your product. Okay. If you're trying to target the market A and B,
Yeah.
so syempre kailangan print ads, you have to focus on that. Pero if you're targeting karinderya type, iba ang strategy mo. You don't have to focus on pag-advertise sa internet or sa dyaryo. Kailangan lang may signage ka, meron kang good location, okay ka na. So, yung magiging marketing plan mo would depend on target market mo and how big do you want your company to grow. Kasi if you're focusing on karinderya type, of course, medyo limited ka. But if you're focusing on, let's say, you want to be somebody big na nasa mall, iba na yun.
Okay. How about you, Louie? I mean, not let's go away from the karinderya model. Maybe something like a sastre.
While I was driving, going to our show today, I was thinking of examples, different examples. No?
Yeah.
And one such example I believe people now know is a running coach. And I'm sure that you've heard of Coach Rio.
Yes.
The one with
the big hair.
that
Fro.
afro hair, right?
Oh, okay.
And he would say that when he was younger, he would just run barefoot, right? But he really loved running. He had the passion for running. Just know your strength and identify, doing your SWOT, really identify where you're good at and where your heart really goes into. Because skill and passion are really two sides of the same coin. Right? It's actually chicken and egg. If you're actually good at something and you do it often, then it fuels your passion. Or you can start with passion. You're not yet good at something, but you love doing it. And if you do it because you love to do it, you will do it frequently, you will master it. In the book of Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, there's the 10,000 rule, which says that if you do something for the 10,000th hour, you become a master or you're an expert, right? So it's chicken and egg. No? Passion can lead to skill. Practice of skill will lead to better passion. For example, Coach Rio is now well known. He's in every running circuit. It's just really because of the skill, right? If you're a sastre, be good in what you do, and then going back to our SWOT, what opportunities around you, who are the people, events, entities who would need your product? For example, kung ikaw ay magaling na mananahi ng corporate stock or uniforms. I was just in Cebu last week and I met somebody who's an employee but who's also doing pagtatahi on the side. Ang ginagawa ng kanilang family business is creating uniforms for different groups. And then thank you for citing that example. I also know somebody who's in a multinational company, has a full-time job, but is very good in graphic arts work and design. And he now operates his own shop. He's even the one who did my my wedding invitation. So yun naman ang success stories niya.
By the way.
Diba? And read a lot. No? You have to read a lot. You have to be inspired by similar success stories around you. And I'm sure lahat ng mga nanonood dito ngayon, meron kayong ginagawa na magaling talaga kayo. You really have that strength. You just have to identify that skill, invest in it, and then look around, find opportunities. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity. And when your skill is right, when your strength has really been maximized, exploited, no? When the right time comes, when the right opportunity comes, it will just
But
boom.
Yeah, boom. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I mean, you mentioned that thing about the people you knew. It's amazing. You said first that you don't, if you have the passion and you're not really good at something.
Yes.
I met somebody like that. And she was like, she sews for a living. But she wasn't that good. I mean, she had to sew for a living. But the people around her, I mean, there was a marketplace where there were all these people na medyo mas magaling sa kanya magtahi. Okay? So, nalulugi na siya. So, ang concentration niya, hindi na dun sa echo derecho. Okay? Ang concentration niya ngayon, dun sa alterations. Okay, tapos dun sa alterations na yan, marami nagpapadala, marami na rin nagbibigay sa kanya na, o pabenta naman to dahil hindi nakasya sa akin or something. So, ang ginagawa niya, nagtayo na rin siya ng ukay-ukay. Okay? Nagtayo siya ng ukay-ukay, siya yung nag-a-alter. Eh, malaki na yung ukay-ukay niya. Okay, pero hindi siya magaling na mananahe, meron lang siya passion.
Wow. Fascinating story.
Yeah, that was-
Pero kung titignan mo dun, Boom, magaling siya sa alteration.
sa
Right?
alteration.
That person may not be good in the overall end-to-end pagtatahi, pero na-identify niya yung specific
particular.
skill na nag-excel siya.
Oo.
And then, that person created the opportunity. Anong ginawa niya? Nagtayo siya ng maliit na ukay-ukay.
Oo.
O kaya, dumikit muna siya dun sa mga ukay-ukay na maliliit.
Oo.
So, that's an opportunity because you have to have that marketing
Ganun.
channel.
Oo.
No?
She put, go ahead.
Yeah, tama yun. As you're starting small, right? Like Louis mentioned as well, while you were still working, sideline ka, paminsan-minsan lang, you try it, di ba? Might as well try it.
And the term is sideline,
Yeah.
Alvin, and to all of our viewers there, you have, your Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah.
How many weekends do we have in a year? We have 52. So 52 times 2, you have 104 days.
Yeah.
What can you do with those 104 days to make it productive? Eh, wala ka naman perang pang kapital. Anong meron ka? Meron ka time and skill, time and skill, time and skill.
Oo.
Imbis na nahihiga ka lang sa bahay o panood-nood ka lang ng TV, make use of your time and your skill. To start small and then grow it.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and actually I was thinking of a similar story dun sa kanyang yung sinabi mo kanina na nanahe. When Talent Shout started din kasi with the online marketing, hindi kami actually forte namin na todo SEO, search engine optimization.
Yes.
Although ginagawa namin siya pero hindi namin siya mainline. Mahirap kasi to get into the market, especially if ang mga kalaban mo is mga Americans. Yung sila naman yung talagang magaling sa search engine optimization eh. So, what we did then was, we partnered with a company in the States who needs someone to write their articles.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, in a way, nagkaroon bigla kami ng market. So, yun, nakuha namin sila. So,
Anyway, there's a phone in, there's another text question or comment. Alvin, could you read it?
Oh, yeah, okay. Good AM. I want to have my own business, but the problem is I'm a shy person. Like our
Like the
guest,
two
right?
here, right?
And that's why I don't know where to start to put a business. Is there a seminar to attend to learn how to face and talk to higher person in business
please.
market?
Okay. Pwede mag-plugging.
Oh, yeah. By the way, Boom
Talking
has
to the right host.
You're
Para sa
actually talking
host.
to the right host. Yes, we do have a seminar we attend that we hold. Yes, we conduct November 20 and 21. It's called Best Beyond Entrepreneurship Skills Training. This is for people who want to know where to go, how to start your business, what are the pitfalls. It is a safe environment where you can test all the theories and maybe get enough confidence to go out and build your own business. And there's coaching afterwards pa. Okay, so November 20 and 21, Makati Stock Exchange Penthouse. But if you need to get in contact with us, you can also text us at our number, 0922. I think the number is right
it's
here.
right there.
It's right here below us right now. Okay, so now going back to what you were saying a while ago about finding opportunities and matching them with your skills. These are these things are easier said than done, right? I mean, I go out. I have a skill. I'm a great speaker, just like Louis here. I'm also a good writer. In fact, I think it was my article that you used as the sample article for that client of yours.
yes, one of the articles.
Yes, so I'm a great writer. I'm a great speaker, but I haven't earned. I'm an old man right now, okay, and I only learned to market my skills at a very old age. Unlike these young ones here.
Yeah.
All right, but so what is it that we need to prepare for, really? Do we just go out and say, okay, I have this skill, I'm just going to look for an opportunity? Is that all it takes, really?
based on my experience, oo eh.
Mhm.
That's
Oo.
all it takes. Oo.
Uh-huh.
Once you have the skill, once you have the market,
Mhm.
you do whatever you can to market yourself.
Mhm.
Like what you mentioned earlier, the sticker sa bus.
Yes.
Talent Shout was literally unknown back then. So we had to let people know that we exist. So what I did was I printed out stickers
Uh-huh.
that had our logo, our name, our address, our email, our contact number, and then sa likod ng bus na huwag na nating sabihin ko sa nagka-travel kasi medyo konti lang sila. Lagay ko lahat yun.
Oh.
Kasi I was thinking na at least isa sa mga client ko pwedeng mapasakay sa bus na yon. So, yun, nilaglagay ako ng mga stickers and then I did email blasting, yung mga email address ng mga nakausap ko na dati, mga naging boss ko. I talked to them. Sabi ko, I started a business. This business, I had the idea for this business kasi syempre, konting pa-cute. Sabi ko na-inspire ako sa inyo. Tapos, you trained me well, ganyan. So, after that, nagsimula nang pumasok eh. May mga inquiries na, syempre sa simula, masaya na ako kasi may inquiries. At least I'm generating leads for my company. And then, unti-unti nagkaroon ng isang company, recruitment agency na nagpagawa sa amin ng training program for customer service. Okay. Tapos, meron na yung mga konti-konting nagpapa-psych evaluation. Okay. Tapos, hanggang sa dumating na pagdating sa online marketing, ayun na, meron ng American company na we're looking for someone to do article writing for us. Bulk, volume articles ito, maramihan, 500 in 15 days. So, okay, meron na nakuha. And then, of course, hindi kami nag-stop doon. Hindi ka naman pwedeng mag-stop lang sa na-serve mo yung client mo. We had to make sure na yung service na binibigyan namin is okay. Kasi that client, word of mouth, siya magbibigay sa amin next client, which is really what happened dun sa American client namin na yun. Sila mismo ang parang naging marketing company namin sa States. So they were the ones telling them, if you need someone to write articles for you, talk to Rona. Ganun yun nangyari.
Anyway, and to just for the information of the people out there, she did that while holding down 2 jobs.
Yeah. Okay. Diskarte lang talaga.
Diskarte lang talaga.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just ask one more question from Louie, and then we can show our tip box. Okay, Louie, the same question. What part does passion play? I mean, attitude play in getting clients in?
And I'm trying to think of a formula. Because you asked me what part does passion play. And I'm tempted to say, we all know the Pareto rule, right? To me, it's really 80% passion. Not a fixed number, but it's just to emphasize that passion is the minimum requirement. Okay? Passion will be the foundation of everything. Because you may have the skill, but if you don't like what you're doing, you will not derive enjoyment. And sooner or later, you will give up. When you experience challenges in the business, financial challenges, client challenges, may mahirap na kliyente, hindi mo parang ang hirap ma-please, ang dami niyang requirements, you will give up. So passion is really the cornerstone of really pushing, driving a business.
Okay, we have one last question.
Yeah, actually we have a bunch of questions. We don't have enough time here. If I have a skill and I put up a business based on my skill, then does that mean I need to work forever in my own business? How can I leverage? Thanks to Yuman for that question. So the magic word is leverage.
Very good question.
Yeah, how do you multiply yourself?
Very good question. And my brief answer to that is that you need to multiply yourself. You have the skill, you have to find someone with the right material, with the right potential, and then unselfishly transfer that skill.
Unselfishly,
Multiply yourself. Now, right now, it's just you who has that skill.
Yeah.
But if you have 2 of yourself, and I would post in my Facebook status, if I only have 5 of myself or 10 of myself, I'd be a richer man. So the key is really multiplication.
Yes.
All right. So we can stop now. Can we show the tip box just slightly? We'll just go through it very fast. What have we learned today? Okay, raising capital. Okay, through your skills. And what have we learned today? Well, first we learned you have to know what you do well. You have to set your goals, do a SWOT analysis, and then take the necessary steps to improve whatever skills you have. Just keep improving it. Like Louis said, the 10,000 times you do it. And then also identify your target markets. Hindi lahat ng target market pareho. And then identify related markets katulad nung sinabi natin na may ukay-ukay tapos sastre siya. Tapos also create a marketing strategy, very important. But most important is that passion plays a lot in that marketing strategy. And then stop thinking and implement, okay? And then reevaluate and reinvent. Like with Rona, she kept reevaluating what was working, what was not, and she kept doing it. Okay, so now I think we have to give a prize. But Alvin, you're...
Yeah, instead of me picking the prize, I'll transfer the
We
power
have three.
to the guests.
One is a client and two.
Yeah,
I'll give the prize to you. I just joking.
may sabuatan na.
Okay.
Pwede.
The lady will make the decision.
Okay. I think sa akin, the last
question about
the last
leverage.
Is very
Yeah.
good.
Okay,
Wow,
so
okay.
Yuman,
Yeah,
you
Yuman,
just
you-
won a prize, and what was the prize?
The prize is a gold seat ticket to Francis Kong's seminar on February 25. You will be on the front row. Okay? Care of 83 events.
Yeah, I think it's September 25, not February.
Oh, yeah, September 25. I'm
Napaisip din
so
ako.
bad with dates. Okay, September 25 at PhilAm.
Yeah.
PhilAm Live. Okay,
Good.
it's a gold seat ticket.
Yeah.
No, not at PhilAm. At wow, here I go again.
But we'll just send you the details, Yuman,
It's at SNX. SNX.
Okay, we'll send you the details.
We'll send you the details.
Congratulations.
Okay.
Thanks for
Congratulations,
sending your
Yuman.
questions.
Okay, so now let's just wrap up what we had to say.
Final words, perhaps?
Final words. Just short, just a sentence or so, Louis.
Well, the topic is really building a business based on your skill. You have to identify where you're good at or where you're very passionate at, and start from there. And just go for your dreams. That's it.
Good, and you?
Then aside from going for your dreams, dream big.
Dream
Mangarap
big.
ka na rin lang.
Malaki na.
Lakihan mo na.
Ayun.
Oh, exactly. So, guys, you heard it from the experts. You heard people who have actually been there, tasted the same dirt as everybody else, and came up on top. And I urge you to heed their advice. Now, I keep ending my show with this statement, and it is a very powerful statement for me. It isn't about perfection. Never has been. It is about connection. This was SME Forum, and you're on the Business Portal.
Clap, clap,
Okay,
clap,
so-
clap, clap, clap. Thank you, thank
So we
you.
can ask-